welcome to another episode of On the Block with Jen. I know. I'm competing with football. I know this already, but I don't care. I'm still going to be here for y'all, okay? I know I'm competing with the motherfuckers running the ball in tights, but it's okay because some of you may catch the replay, and I'm grateful either way. So let's take care of business per usual. On the Block with Jen on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, and On the Block with Jen at Gmail. If you want to email me something personal or a topic you want to dissect, or if you want to collab with me, On the Block with Jen at Gmail. I hope you like the music that was playing in the beginning. Yes, let's paint everything black like the Rolling Stones said. Welcome, you guys. I know it's Monday. I know everybody's moving like molasses and moseying along, but it's okay. I still say happy Monday, right? Because just like Friday, we're alive on Monday as well, but we always say happy Friday. Should be happy Monday too. As long as you have air in your lungs, it is a happy day. So welcome. If you want to support this show, throw something in a super chat for mama. I appreciate it. Or hit me on the Cash App, which is scrolling below. My Cash App is also On the Block with Jen. And if you're catching a replay and I'm not live, I can still get your Cash App. So I'll be asleep and your Cash App will hit my bling, bling, bling on my phone. So thank you guys for supporting. You guys know I got to keep the lights on like every church, right? And I bring y'all a little church. Tonight's episode, can you be pro-black and still date out too? A lot of people are split on this. And I thought that I'd be the greatest candidate to talk about it because I've been told my phenotype is a preference amongst Black men. Yes, I've been in many a circle and I've heard that. So why not get it straight from the horse's mouth, right? Although at the end of the day, this is just an opinion. It is not gospel. I don't think you should run into traffic after you hear what I have to say. I don't think you should slit your wrist. I think you should take it with a grain of salt, learn something or dismiss it. Be like, whatever. It was entertaining. It was not. I don't care. But this is my opinion. And usually my opinions are very, very eye-opening, if not eyebrow raising, right? So rock with me. I specifically wanted to concentrate on Kanye and Kyrie. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about race, because you guys know you love when I talk about race, right? It gets the people going, right? We know that race is a touchy subject. We know that no matter who you are, Black, white, yellow, purple, if you talk about race, people take issue with it because it's like talking about religion or politics, right? It's a very sensitive issue. Just for safety precautions, can somebody give me a mic check in the chat? Make sure you guys can see me and hear me. Okay, shoot me a thumbs up or whatever so I don't get the babbling. You guys can't see or hear me like it happens sometimes because sometimes StreamYard doesn't let me be great. Jupiter Gone Wild, thank you. I heard of that similarity before. Jupiter says that I remind him of Zelina Vega. I've heard that before. Thank you. I take that as a compliment. She's a badass. So thank you for that. Great. Okay, you guys can hear me. Awesome sauce. What's up, Efrain del Bronx? So good to see you guys again. So let's jump into this. You guys, I know a lot of you just love me talking about race, right? And that's tongue in cheek and a little bit of sarcasm. Who else is going to talk about race as fair as I do? Come on, live a little. So Tristan sent me something earlier, and I told him I'd give it an honorable mention. Little white girl, Sophie. What's her last name? Sophie Rosing. You guys have probably seen the video or not yet, but you will see it because every time a white person is in a fisticuffs with a Black person and they use the word nigger, it goes viral, right? It's big news, right? Not so much that people are waging war on America, but more so the bigger news is when a white person gets into a verbal fisticuffs with someone Black and they use nigger and whatever. So this little old white girl, and I'm talking about Lily White, special white, free white and 21. If you guys know that saying, then I don't have to explain. But homegirl was free white and 21, except she was really 22. Sophie Rosing, as blonde and blue-eyed as you can get. I'm talking about the epitome of whiteness. Lily White, snowflake, sugar white after the bleaching, Clorox white. White, right? So it doesn't get much whiter than Sophie Rosing. Apparently, she was at the University University of Kentucky. She was belligerent, stumbling, cursing at an elevator. One of the girls that worked the front desk, who was Black, saw what was happening, was like, hey, what's going on? And then Sophie Rosing decided to get in some sort of arm wrestling, belligerent, tussle with the Black woman that worked at the front desk. And they recorded her, and she's on video. You guys can see it. I didn't put it in my community tab. I said this would be an honorable mention. I don't care about the little white girls, whatever. So the video is out there, and she was arrested. She was arrested, and she has a $10,000 bond, which is shocking, right? I figured her, women that look like that usually have the parents that come running down to the jail with the attorney, but for some reason she's sitting there on $10,000 bond. So I don't know if her daddy called the attorneys yet, or I don't know her background, but apparently Sophie did get arrested for, public intoxication and, harassment and all that other yummy stuff. And her mugshot is floating around. So I don't know, guys, are you perturbed by this? Do you give a fuck? Is it just, the regular old white shit that happens in this country? Another day, another racist, right? But you know how I feel about racism. We're all racist. We've all used someone's race and ethnicity against them at one point or another. We're just not on video. We just don't get caught. But all of us have used race or ethnicity to describe someone we disliked, or to describe someone in an argument, or to describe someone that we thought was stereotypically a certain type of person because of their ethnicity and race. We've all done it, like every single one of us. Now, I may know one or two white liberals who are like, no, love everybody and kumbaya, and they've never used the N-word, and they love everybody and stop Asian hate, and, love the immigrants that cross the border. And there's a couple of those floating around. But I'm saying in general, for the rest of us, we've all fucking done it. We just, our hypocrisy leads us to get extra offended when we hear it from somebody else. But that's what it is. So we'll see what happens with Sophie. I think the good thing that will come out of it is the Black woman that she did assault. She's going to get a lot of love, and she's probably going to get money and things like that, because, in the video, when she was in the little tussle with the white girl, she was saying, I don't get paid enough for this, and, so a lot of people have reached out for her, checked on her well-being, that's whatever. I guess some people are softer than others, but I'm like, I wouldn't be like emotionally damaged because some white trash was using the N-word, or if she called me a spick or a Puerto Rican such and such. I'm not going to be emotionally injured, but I'm not the average girl either. Some people hear that word and they're like, oh my God, he got me in there. Okay, so it depends on who you are, and however you are is fine. I'm just saying I'm not like that, right? So moving on. Thank you so much, Afro Universe. Always with the love early. Thank you so much. So that's what happened to the little white girl, and all is well. The University of Kentucky, and of course the University of Kentucky released their statement. We do not tolerate, we will not stand for, this is not how we, blah, 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 blah. But, the Black student was like, that's bullshit. That goes on often in this university, and nothing is done about it. So University of Kentucky has some splaining to do, talking about they don't tolerate, and we will not put up with, and we don't condone. But that statement has to be put out. It's a fucking cycle. It's a cycle. When a white person says something about a Black person that's derogatory or racist, you got to go through the motions of, let's release the statement, knowing damn well it was always like that, right? So shout out to University of Kentucky and everybody else involved in the melee. So let's get into our topic tonight. Can you be pro-Black and date out too? Now, I threw this question up on my Facebook, and I got a resounding, right? Yes, you can. And then the ladies were like, no, you can't. So this is really interesting. Again, the preference is talking, right? I'm talking very specifically about Black men, right? And I've heard in a lot of circles and debates online, and even when I've dated Black men, well, you the preference, you the phenotype, you the preference, you the phenotype. So the phenotype is going to talk today. Let's come talk to the phenotype, okay? I think it's very interesting. When it comes to Black men and dating out, right? Sometimes it determines whether or not he gets support. And I think that's interesting, right? Because if you remember, Christian Abumseli was his name, who was stabbed to death by his OnlyFans white girlfriend. You remember that? First, there was like pity and sympathy and empathy, but then Christian Obumseli's tweets surfaced. And in those tweets, he said why he preferred dating white women and why he didn't want to or like dating Black women. And then the tables turned and Black women were like, fuck him, good. You know, the white girl killed him, good for him. Like literally, I'm not paraphrasing. Like I saw comments where, you know, Black women were like, good for his ass. Let the white girls pay for his funeral. Fuck him. He's a whatever. And there were a lot of jokes made. So all of a sudden, the support was taken from him, right? Because it was like, oh, wait a minute, you prefer the preference, you prefer white women, so fuck you and those white women. Is it just? Is it just? Is it one of those things that it's just human nature? Like if someone turns their back on you and then they need your help, is it just that you would be like, fuck you, go to them people who you were putting before me? I don't know about y'all, but I think that's human nature. I think that's natural. And that happens in all kinds of instances, not just race. If you are a girlfriend who is supporting your man 100%, she leaves you for another woman and he leaves you for another woman, and then he comes crawling back. Do we not say, fuck you, go back to, if we're not doormats, we say, fuck you, go back to that person. We've done it with our children. If our children are preferring a certain parent, we've done it at work. If somebody is getting favored at work, and, then the person comes to you, the boss comes to you, hey, listen, Julie's not around. Can you do it? No, fuck you, because you give Julie the promotion. And, I'm the one that deserved the promotion. You didn't give it to me, so fuck you. So is it quite natural that these Black men turn their back on Black women, so to speak, when they date out, and then they need the help of the people, right? Is it just that the people, specifically Black women, say, fuck you, go, let the preferences figure it out? Is that normal and natural? From where I'm sitting, yeah, because I would do the same thing, right? I'm not a cruel person, but I think if somebody's putting you down for someone else and then they come to you for help, it's natural that you say fuck off, right? I think it's quite natural. But when we go deeper and we think about Kanye and Kyrie specifically, these are men that, in my opinion, covet and uphold women that are preferences, like what it means, like preferences, lighter, they don't wear wigs, they're more adjacent to white, right? They're white presenting, or closer to, or have the white parent. I don't have a white parent, but I think my parent is Spaniard. I would say Spaniard, and my daddy is Afro. But or has the white parents, like Kyrie's ex-girlfriend Kalani and his current girlfriend, and then we have Kanye with the Armenian white girl. You know what I mean? So can you date out and be pro-blackity black black? As you know, as of the last couple months, Kyrie and Kanye have been very much on this pro-blackity black black black. We the original Jews, what have you, blah blah blah, yada yada, wah wah wah. Look how they doing us Black people, right? That is the general presentation that Kyrie and Kanye are giving you, right? What these white people are doing to us, right? That's how they're presenting it. These white Jewish people who are holding us back, who are giving us these janky contracts, these white people, look what they're doing to us. Look, Black people, look what's happening to us. Look what's happening to the athletes that get these contracts. Look what's happening to the rappers and singers that these evil white people are giving us, right? Why can't we have freedom of speech? Why can't we say that our bosses aren't shit? Why can't we say that these men giving us these contracts aren't shit? Why? Because they white? Because they white? That's why we can't talk about them? Because we Black, we can't say nothing? That's the message, basically, that Kyrie and Kanye have been giving you. But the saying, follow them home, follow them home. So when you follow Kyrie and Kanye home, you get pretty much one of these at their house, right? I don't present as Black. I am not African American. I'm not culturally Black. I'm culturally Latina. Eat arroz con pollo y tostones. I'm a Caribbean girl, right? Very, very light, unless I'm tanning, right? I present as the preference, as they say, right? Out in the streets. So, can Kyrie and Kanye covet, chase, marry, have babies with that type of woman and still be pro-black? Is it acceptable? Is it just a mere preference they have? Or is it something deeper? With all the beautiful melanated women walking the planet that go from caramel all the way to freaking chocolate Twizzler, they pick, this is on the red carpet with them. This is at the stadium at the front row holding the beige baby, right? It's me. I'm at the front row. I'm sitting courtside. It is me. It's me, right? So can you be pro-black and date out too? I have my answer, but I'm really curious about the answer that you guys have. I have my answer, right? Because I've had this discussion before with some friends who date out and who date white women, right? The conversations get saucy and spicy, but I have my opinions just like everybody else. We all have opinions. We all have this thing called the truth, right? Every YouTuber is telling the truth, right? So I'm just telling the truth on the block with Jen over here. I'm just on the block telling the truth, right? Everybody got truth. He got truth, she got truth. Oh my God, it was the truth, right? Everybody has a truth according to what your beliefs are. The truth is like fucking religion. Which one suits you? Which one are you going to custom fit to fit you, right? So when you go out in the world, you feel justified for your opinions. So this is my truth. And I'm curious about yours. I am going to drop, I'm going to drop the link so you guys can come up and give me your opinion if you like, because I'm going to keep talking. Now, I'm not going to keep y'all long because I want to send y'all back for the end of the game. I know I'm fucking competing with some damn NFL, but it's okay. That's why I'm up early so you guys could finish the end of your, watching your men in tights run a ball. Veganista, I see you. Excuse me. So I dropped the link if somebody wants to come up. Hey, Joanna. Hey, Ghetto Ratchets. What's up, Peter Bravestrong? Peter Bravestrong. I like that last name. Many outrageous Black men and women took strong stances that hurt their careers, all while married to non-Black spouses. That is correct. That is very much correct. I always find that curious, right? Even though that might be a subject for another show, I do find it curious, and I wonder, and this may be too deep, and maybe out the park here, and maybe embellishing or exaggerating, but sometimes I feel like when you look at the men who've taken those stances, and I mean as of late, I'm not talking about back in the day when Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. I'm talking about the new activists, the cute activist, the activist that gets the Cadillac deals, the activist that gets the Sprite deals, the activist that gets the t-shirts sold, the activists, the new guys, the ones that are keyboard thumping, not the ones that are out front line getting hosed down and attacked by German shepherds. I'm not talking about like the activists. I'm talking about the activist light. Right? The activist like beer, talking about the activist light, right? The guys that get to stand at the Grammys and talk about how horrible white people are. I'm talking about those guys, the ones that, those guys, not the other ones who were at risk of being lynched and murdered at their front steps. I'm talking about now. I'm talking about the cute guys, the guys, what I'm talking about, like Kaepernick and Kyrie and Kanye. I'm talking about activist light. I wonder sometimes if they're overcompensating, right? And I'm wondering sometimes, is it a guilt? Is it a guilt because they know they prefer the lily white or the white adjacent or the preferences, and then they have to overcompensate? Like, wait a minute, I'm a Black man and I want to show Black people that I'm down with the Black people, right? Is it guilt? Is it because they know they got a little white lily thing in their bed at night? Is it because they know they're impregnating this white lily thing? You know what I mean? Is it overcompensation? Is it overcompensation? Because I don't know. I don't know everything, but I know vegans don't eat meat. Isn't that right, veganista? Vegans don't eat meat. They just don't eat meat. It is against everything they believe, feel. They can't even stomach it. They don't eat meat. So I'm just thinking, if I'm spouting pro-Black, and anybody who is pro-Black, pro-black this, you know what I mean? Save the race, to get these white people off our necks, pro-black, pro-black. I would think in my mind, in my heart, in my soul, I could not lay with, impregnate, or marry. And this is just my opinion. Like I said, you guys want to go out and run into traffic and slit your wrist after I say what I say, great. This is just an opinion. But I'm thinking if all of that is in me, it would be so natural and a no-brainer to get me a Black woman. Because there is no lack of them. They're everywhere. Beautiful, successful, attractive, smart, body for days, real bodies for days, all over, everywhere you go, at work, at the post office, at the gym, at the beach, everywhere you go, at the lounge, everywhere, they're everywhere. So you could literally throw a pebble. You don't even have to throw a rock. You throw a little pebble and hit a Black woman, right? And the majority still want Black men. They talk about it all day and night on these machines. They pine for Black men. They whine about Black men. It's all about Black men. Black men. Marry Black, Black love, Black power, Black girl magic, Black, Blackity Black, right? So I would think if I'm a man who's professing and preaching this pro-Black thing, it'd be very, very easy and a no-brainer to end up with a Black woman, to marry a Black woman, to impregnate a Black woman. That's my opinion. But the Kanyes and the Kyries who are telling everybody how evil these white people are and how oppressive these white people are, right, are cracking the legs of the white adjacent or the white. How do those two things mix? How do you rationalize? Well, maybe you rationalize by creating yourself to be the most Blackity Black activist that you can be. Is there some guilt there? Do you feel a ways? Now I'll echo the question. Your mama's Black, right? You know how we love throwing that question at Black men. Ain't your mama Black? Right? Now, oftentimes I have said Black men don't date Black because they don't have good relationships with their mothers growing up. So quite obviously you want to get away from your trauma. So you associate Black women to the trauma that you experienced with your mother. I get that. But what's Kanye's excuse? Kanye damn near went crazy. He was so close to his mom after he lost her, right? According to the consensus, that's why Kanye's crazy, because his mama died. His mother. So he couldn't have possibly been chasing leave your ass for a white girl because he had trauma with his mother. They were like this. We've seen the documentaries. We've seen him running around with his mama. He paid for the lipo that took her life. And his mama were like this. So that's not his excuse. I mean, he sang about it. You know, we put artists, we put our shit, what we think, into our art. Is that why he said, and then he'll get rich and leave your ass for a white girl? Because that's what was in his heart to do? Are they overcompensating? Can you be pro-Black and date out? And that goes for the women too. Now, if you're not a pro-Black, then, you know, date and do what the fuck you want. That's your business. Can't nobody call you on your shit. But if you're running around talking about how evil the white man is, and then you go home and you crack one of them, and it doesn't add up, does it? Vegans don't eat meat. So with that said, I'm going to bring up Joanna Washington. Hello, lady.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead. Keep talking.
I think my sound may be cracking.
Yeah, your sound is cracking a bit.
Okay, I'll go out and try to come back in.
Okay, come right back, Joanna. So, what's up, Morena Reyes? She says, no, you cannot be pro-Black and not marry Black. Well, that is what I said. Am I wrong? because I caught a lot of heat on Facebook. People were saying that you can be pro-black and marry white. The only reason I think you cannot, let me drop the link again so Joanna could get back in here. The only reason I think you can't is because of the wonderfulness. Is because you're always going to have one foot out and one foot in. If your wife is white, right, you always have to take into account her feelings and her stance on things, right? So when you're out in the world and you're hearing people, talk about how evil white people are, oppressive, or whatever, you still coming home to a white lady. And you still have to care about, her sensibilities and her feelings. And that is a white woman. That's not a black woman you're going home to. So you're always going to have one foot out and one foot in my opinion. Right? That's like people that are like, I don't smoke, but I smoke socially. Then you're a smoker. No, but I'm not a smoker because I only smoke socially. Then you're a smoker. Does smoke go into your lungs? Then you're a smoker. I only drink socially. I don't even drink like that. Do you drink? Does liquor touch your throat? Then you're a drinker. Joanna's back. That's it, Joanna. Joanna, what you got to say about this?
Can you hear me now?
I can. Go ahead.
I said to you about 6 months ago.
I can hear you, but it's Joanna.
All right. I'll just put my comments in the chat. Sorry.
Okay. Yes, cracking for some reason. Ooh.
I don't know what's wrong. I don't know how to fix it.
Yeah, like I can hear you. I can hear what you're saying, but it's like, let's see, say something else.
I love you.
I love you back. It's cracking. Damn it. I don't know why. Yeah, they're saying it's still choppy, so it's not just me. Okay, it's still choppy. Yeah, that's a great example, veganista. Or they'll marry half white, like Tariq. Like they stay as close, and Tariq is a whole clown, so that's a whole different subject for another day. Like he doesn't even count. Like, but they get to as close as white as possible, or they go white. Period. Like they go white. So I think it's really, really interesting. Tristan!
Yeah,
Talk?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, what are we talking about now?
Tristan. We're talking about that picture you just put up. I know you heard what I said. Let me see what Joanna said. I'm curious. Joanna said MLK and Malcolm X dated so-called white women. Were they pro-black? They actually stopped, if you recall.
They were civil rights activists, no?
Yeah, but they stopped. Malcolm stopped, remember? After a
Did
lot of
he?
trauma got to him.
Did he?
Yeah.
Are we positive about that?
You got tea on Malcolm X?
No, I'm not saying nothing because last thing I need is Brother Ish to kick my ass. So I'm not saying nothing.
He's not here.
I mean, he's not listening. Listen, it don't matter because what's the goal? What are you trying to do? I said everybody wants to say, "Oh, it has to be 100% this, blah blah blah." Well, being 100% ain't working at the moment.
Wait,
So
elaborate on that. Being 100% what?
right, if you try to be 100% black, everything black, this, black that,
Mhm.
nothing's gonna happen because isolationism will always have its count. It will always be counterproductive. So when you say, "Yo, it's black only everything," listen, remember we had this conversation before. As much as people want to say about NOI, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, If it wasn't for those white reporters, none of this would have gotten as much traction as it could have. They would just say, "Okay, who are these Negroes marching in the street?" I said, if it
Mm.
wasn't for those white reporters countering what the media was trying to push with Hoover and all those guys, and, in the in the government, I said we wouldn't be where we were at. I said at the end of the day, it's about the mission, it's about the goal.
So
Like
are you
look at
saying,
NOI
okay,
now. They
so,
they
so
they messing with Scientology, right? They messing with those
oh
guys over there
damn,
too.
you throwing jabs,
So
Tristan. You throwing jabs.
I'm not throwing jabs, but they clearly know 100% is not effective at this point. We need more ammunition. We need more soldiers. We need more angles. That's it's strategy. It's not a bad thing.
Okay, so you're saying that black people do need white allies in order to succeed in the goal.
You have no choice. We live in the country with them.
Okay, all
I
right.
said I have yet to see where they say, "Oh, we're gonna keep it blackity black," and listen, keep it blackity black all you want to, but when that white man says, "Hey, I got more money and more resources than you, and I
Mhm.
want to help," you gonna say no?
Okay, so I'm gonna read Joanna's comment, and I'm bring up. I see Dane backstage, and then I'm gonna ask you a question, Tristan.
Oh
Joanna
no.
Washington says, "I think we have to admit that there are certain characteristics between white and black women that black men prefer. Perhaps not about color at all, but they can still be pro-black." Okay, well, Joanna says yes, they can date out and be pro-black. Morena Reyes says no. Sarah C says dating out while denigrating your own isn't pro-black. Now, if you're like Sidney Poitier or Harry Belafonte, you can be pro-black. Tristan, whoever's texting you, tell her to go ahead and take it easy. Coño. Damien, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How you doing?
Really, really good. It's Monday and I'm competing
Hmm.
with fucking football, but that's okay. I'm not gonna be here long. I just had to show my face to complete the week.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
What's up? How are you? So, do you wanna jump in on this topic while I'm sifting through the no you can't be, yes you can be. What are you doing?
Sure. It's like I've had this conversation with many different friends and family members, so it's not a question I'm not unfamiliar with per se. So yeah.
Same, same,
So
same.
so my opinion is yes, you can, but with a caveat. If you, like you said, if somebody, I think a comment just said, if you don't denigrate it, if you're not seeing that other person you're dating is a come up or is a step up or if you're not saying, oh, I only date out of my race because black women are X, Y, and Z. If you just happen to be somewhere, met somebody like my situation, I put my perfect example, my situation. I just happened to be somewhere, somebody approached me. She wasn't black, and we're married and have kids now. But I think that what we need to start off is kind of defining what pro-black is. What exactly does that mean? What what
Umar
is what is
Johnson.
what is pro-black? Umar
Um,
Johnson, what's pro?
Pro-black is one of those. It depends on who you ask,
Yes, it's a term with no real definition.
right?
I
See, you
mean,
trying to get her canceled. Well, don't see why you do that? And she got the Joe Rogan shirt on at that. See, I see why do y'all always set up this black man? Okay, y'all always
mm,
set me up where I have to be like this. You know what, Tristan? We saw you on
Listen,
that show.
listen. When these clips go viral in about 5 years, I need to add to the spice. Okay, and she had a Joe Rogan T-shirt on. Come on, work with me. Work with me. Tristan.
so yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what nobody has ever been able to successfully do is kind of define what that means. Does that mean
Okay,
you
so let's
invest?
let's
Okay,
try. Damien,
let's do
let's
it.
try. It
Let's
says
try.
let's try pro-black simple Google, right? Says is a lifestyle that encourages the economic growth and development of the black people as a whole with the purpose of increasing the wealth and population of black people around the world. whether it be spending money with Black-owned business in your communities or online, promoting love for Black people, and encouraging Black youth is its sole purpose is to keep uplifting Black people in America to be proud and the same time. I think that's pretty fair. I think that.
Okay, so but if we go off of that, then some of these people's definition of it, like when you said you're not vegans don't eat meat, it's just one of those things where then that kind of is like Black people can have somebody that's that be with somebody that's Black and do all of those things. They can spend money in Black businesses. The vast majority of times, if there's an opportunity to spend money in a Black business, a lot of brothers will try to do it. I mean, Black designers can come up with any kinds of shit and Black people will buy it and stuff like that. Like, you know, anytime I see any the opportunity, like this watch, it was a Black-owned company, not the greatest watch, but a brother reached out on Instagram like, hey, I'm selling watches. I started this company. I got a bunch of people have reached out to me. You know, I have Black T-shirts, but you know, whatever. I bought whatever, and I buy all the stuff to support or what have you. Do I want to see I got 3 sisters and 3 brothers. Do I want to see them have the best possible life, live a great life, be not persecuted, you know, be free to do what they want to do, be free of fear of persecution and abuse? Absolutely. Do I do things to like have you know, try to put them in positions to where they can like do better? Absolutely. Have I gone back into the schools, like I said last time, and help the youth to try to, you know, learn how to do resumes and dress and talk and interview and things like that to like try to make sure that they can get out of the situations that they can? Yeah, you know, and even though some people may debate it, you know.
Okay, so let's that's what I'm here for. Let's debate it a little bit.
Yep.
Let's debate it a little bit. So in the definition I just read, it says the economic growth and development of Black people as a whole with the purpose of increasing the wealth and population of Black people around the world, promoting love for Black people. Can you contribute to the population of Black people if your children are half white? And are you promoting love within the Black race if you are loving a white woman?
All right. It's funny because
woman or Asian woman, like someone just asked here, what about if she's Spanish or Asian or something else? He said.
It's funny because like one of the jokes one of my cousins made was like, well, he making that's one less white person that's gonna be born. You know, that's what jokingly said, like, if by me having babies, that's what she, you know, that was just kind of a tongue-in-cheek way of saying it. But it's like, it's funny that that people think that, but let my daughter who's biracial become the president of the United States. I'm like, oh, we got a Black president. We got, you know, they're Black when they're doing the greatness, the great things. Oh, it's the first Black this and the first Black that. They're quickly to be claimed and it's all good. But, you know, otherwise, but any other time it's like, oh, they're only half. You rarely hear anybody in the Black community call Barack Obama biracial.
That's a great point.
Only when they pissed off.
Or hold on a second. And if my biracial daughter marries a Black man, does she have a Black family? Is she promoting Black love? You know, there's all these kind of like nuances that people can never really like define. Like, oh, well, I guess it's cool if they have if they marry Black and, you know, and stuff, like have more Black kids, or, you know, if they're doing greatness, because I'm saying it's kind of a double-edged sword, because it's like it doesn't matter as long as they're doing great shit, you know, then they're Black all day.
I was gonna bring up Tiger Woods, because Tiger Woods was getting so much praise for being, you know what I mean, the Black golfer that blew golf out of the fucking water, until he said, I'm not going to deny my mother, who was, you know, Thai, right? And then all hell broke loose. All hell broke loose. He was no longer Black, and he's denying he's Black. And I'm like, he's just not denying his mama. Who's going to deny their mama? Can't have this man deny his mama. So that's a great point that you made. Joanna said one of the 48 laws of power states not to self-isolate. So Tristan has a point. Do you think that, Tristan, the question I wanted to ask you was, do you think it's futile to even try to fight for Black power, Black rights without having white allies? Do you think it's futile? You think it can't be done, just Black people isolating on their own?
It can't be done because you're not in a country that's dominantly Black. You're going to need some kind of, hey, this is my story, and somebody has to listen. And that person has to listen is more than likely going to be white, that has that pen in his hand. What they say, what the pen is mightier than the sword, as they say. As much as we want to be blackety black and kick down Washington, you can't do that. You need somebody to sit there and say, hey, let me write this powerful story of how African Americans are treated in this country and change people's minds. Like it can't, you can't do it. You need every yin needs a yang, it doesn't make sense. And like, I get everybody wants to be pro-Black. You are. The issue is their ideology of it has been so warped at this point where we don't know what it means. And like you just gave the definition, you said around the world. There's 1 point something billion Africans in Africa that are Black. What do you mean around the world? We have enough. Do you mean the African Americans in America you talking about? If that's the case, then that makes sense. That definition doesn't even make sense. It's just, hey, blackity black 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 black, and everybody's like, okay, what else?
So Joanna says, we are 13% of the United States. We cannot survive without white. So what is the point of being blackity, black, black? Joanna also says, I felt Damien had a white wife because he goes hard about Black oppression. There's a certain guilt factor.
Oh my God.
That doesn't
she be throwing them jabs.
What happened to the kumbaya that we came to last time? It's just like
I love her.
all over that.
Before Damien responds to that, my only issue with the blackity black black thing is people that are going hard in the paint about it and then have a white or white adjacent spouse. Sorry, that looks stupid to me. Now, if you are regular Black, and again, just my opinion, if you're a regular Black man who's living your life, ins and out, doing your thing, and your priority is your paper and raising your family and loving on your mama, and you end up with a white girl, an Asian girl, or whatever, then do you. But I'm sorry, it raises an eyebrow if all the white man keeping it down, the white man, the Jewish, the black, and the white man got the booty, the white, we pro-Black, we got to talk about how this white man is, and then you go home and crack one open. I'm sorry, it's gonna raise an eyebrow because you would think someone that's so hell-bent. I've never been with a white guy. No white man has ever cracked me. And I think I will be put in a grave or cremated, my choice, right? Without that ever happening. I'm very conscious of, I'm cool. There's so much black and brown on this planet that I don't have to venture that way. But that's just Jen. No one else has to think like me or be like me or whatever. That's just me because I have certain beliefs. Now, how do I look having those beliefs and then go laying with a white man? It doesn't make sense. Vegans don't eat meat, right? So if you are going to throw up the black power face, and how are you going home to a white woman or a white adjacent woman? Does not make sense to me. Again, let me reiterate, if that is not your thing, then it doesn't matter, in my opinion. If pro-blackity black is not your thing, then it doesn't matter. But if that's your thing, say like a Kanye, and now you on top of the mountain being the black, you look at your wife, bro. You said in your own song, leave your ass for a white girl. Like that was in your mind. So now I don't take you serious. It sounds to me like your white besties just fucked you in the ass and now you're mad about it and you want your money. But it doesn't sound like a pro-blackity black thing to me. It sounds like a money thing. And those are two separate things. Now I'm gonna bring up Big Truck. And Damien, let me put the comments back up. Let me put the comments back up.
All right. So I can understand. I'm not even gonna go that hard on her, but it's the thing is that is not the case. When I was growing up in the projects of San Francisco, I was going to a daycare center, and this black man named Denzel McCullough came in, and he started opening my eyes to things black. He was the first person to kind of educate me on like express. He was like a positive role model, and he was very pro-black. I mean, this man would like tell me, like, he come and read from different books and stuff like that, and just like, and this is a room full of black kids from the projects, and he struck an interest, and it was him who said, you know, you got to give back, because somebody, I guess somebody must have gave back to him when he was growing up poor or whatever, or somebody put interest in him or made him proud of who he was. So he was one of the first people to make me be proud of being black and not want to be, not that I wanted to be anything else, but it's kind of solidified that I would never want to be anything else but a black man. So that's where it comes from. It's not a guilt. What it was kind of like, I'm just passing the care and the grace that was presented to me to the next generation, because I think that's what's going to change the future. Not necessarily, I'm like, oh my God, I have a white wife, because I was doing this far before. I'm 47 years old. I've only been with my wife 15 years. So I was doing this far before before I met her. So no guilt attached to it, just love attached to it.
So you want to make it clear you was blackity black before you met the white wife.
Yeah.
See, you know, and I'll tell you, just by looking at that Dr. Umar school, that just tells you just how like backwards the thinking is right there. It's like you're talking about trying to build a school, and for God knows how long they've been trying to build this school, because even like a number of channels have pointed to that. Meanwhile, just about everybody else, instead of trying to use their own resources to build something, they use government or state resources, and then they take that shit over by making sure that they put as many of their people in it as possible. So what you end up having is, instead of you having a private or a charter school or something like that, you have a bunch of city service workers who've got their pensions coming in. They've got far less work to do. It's so amazing, like, that people take this route. Like, for example, I have a family member who works in one of those charter schools that's being run by a very famous rapper, and is a superintendent in one of these things. And she's about to quit because she's very upset with the way it's run. The only problem is you have to adhere to all of these policies and laws for these charter schools, right? So all I'm saying is, instead of trying to waste your resources doing something like that, you should be using what the government and the state are offering. That's part of the reason why it hasn't been built yet. And you keep talking about trying to do this, trying to do that. To me, it's just so stupid. It's so backwards. It's fucking dumb. Meanwhile, the Chews, they put their people in places of position in city service jobs. And they have jobs for life. And they don't spend their own money. They don't waste their own money getting into it. This is the backwards thinking. So when I say the black community is done, that's what I'm talking about. The fucking thinking is retarded.
Super chat break. Juwana says no apologies necessary. Only Damien is here.
That's who you was laughing at.
We're Americans over here.
What happened? Y'all was just lovey-dovey like last week. Like, what happened?
Joanna says,
Dave, what did you do?
America, bitch. God damn, Joanna's taking no prisoners tonight.
My mere existence bothers that woman for some reason, and I'm like Diddy. Just call me love.
Yo, you know she has issues with Diddy.
Can I? That's how I'm gonna change my name to Love. Love on the block, because you bitches, boy, I swear, I don't even like women. Don't even act the way these fucking YouTube beef simps do. They're disgusting.
But you know who? But back to the topic. You know who I think is pro-black? Roland Martin. That's who I think is probably the only pro-black person that's really about it. He educates people on votes. He educates what's going on currently today and how to move the black culture. I said the issue is he pushes education. He pushes you to be educated, and we don't want that for some reason. That's how I
Whoa.
honestly feel.
Well, I'm gonna pull up. We got somebody backstage who's disagreeing with you, Tristan, because he giving you this, as you said that about Roland Martin. So he need,
What? What?
yeah, he coming in hot. Super chat break. Thank you, YB Limited, for supporting the channel so much. YB Limited says, "Hey Jen, I just got here, but will like, share, and watch the playback." Thank you so much, Mama. Dr. Jaws Imperial got something for you, Tristan. What you got?
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Really good. What's
Yes.
new, sir? I see
I
you doing this back.
yes. I can't believe you talking about Roland Martin. Roland Martin been sold us out. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah. You see what we're going through now with the Democrats, and it has nothing to do with Democrat or Republican. But what is Roland Martin doing for us? They just had a rally for reparations for black people, descendants of slaves, and he shot that down. Come on, he's a
Oh
sellout.
no, but no, he's not. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Who ran
Okay, go ahead.
that same reparations rally? The one that
Yes,
Tariq Nasheed, the one that took that millions of dollars to build that abandoned crack house called a
that's
museum.
apples. That's apples and
No, it's not.
oranges.
No, it's not. No, it's not. A scammer is
Why?
a
Why not?
scammer. A scammer is
Huh?
a scammer.
No,
A
but
scammer is a
it's
scammer.
bigger than Tyreek. No, we're talking about reparations. We're not talking about Tyreek.
Okay, you know what?
Okay.
What bill has Tariq presented for
Huh?
reparations? What
It's
bill
not
has he
just about
constructed?
Tyreek.
No.
Okay.
Because no, Tariq has taken the lead on it, which y'all allowed him to do with the whole FBA thing on Twitter.
It's not
Just
y'all,
no.
'cause I'm not a Tyreek supporter, but I'm a descendant
Well,
of a
not. Oh,
slave.
you know what? No, I'll give you that.
But let's not go off. Let's not go off
But
topic.
we're doing the generality when we say y'all, we mean black people, right? We'll just say
Are
that.
you black? Are you black, sir?
Yep.
Okay. Are you a descendant of a slave?
Yep.
Okay. So you don't want reparations?
You're not gonna get it.
Why would
No,
I?
yes or no?
Okay,
Huh?
you know what? I'm gonna ask you reparations for what?
What?
Reparations for what? A debt that's supposed to be paid for slavery that was never paid. That's basically what reparations is about.
So
You do know that, right?
so the
Arguing
same
about
reparations
reparations is a waste of time.
that we got from Abraham Lincoln that
No,
the
we
bank
never got
stole.
that. Remember, Abraham
Yes, we
Lincoln was
did.
assassinated. But listen, I don't want to go off the topic. We're talking about today. You was talking about
Wait,
can a
why are you
person
switching that off? I said
because
we got
I see you're not
reparations,
no listen
but
we're not gonna go in, I don't want to go in circles. We don't have to do that. Like, you have your opinion, I have my opinion. Like I said,
wait. When I bring that up, because we did get it, you don't want to talk about it because
we know.
you
Okay, tell me when
forgot.
we got it. Tell me when we got it.
Was it was it 18 something that we got it right? And was it the Federal Savings Bank of America, one of the Federal Savings Banks that
Don't
took
stop
it?
fumbling now.
No, because I'm
They
going off
promised.
memory.
Listen, they promised 40 acres and a mule. They just didn't
No,
tell you which part you were gonna give
Exactly.
it
No,
to.
see, Abraham Lincoln signed it before he got murdered. Okay,
All
and
right.
then they never brung it back. But my thing is this: you're in America, right? Off the backs of Black Americans who were slaves who never got paid, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
Okay, so that's a debt that's supposed to be paid. And you know the sad part is you got black people that can't even stay on code, and this is a debt that's supposed to be yours. You get all of these excuses.
Dude, it's
But
not
anyway,
gonna happen.
I
Okay. Even
why
if
won't it happen?
excuse me, well, first of all, an executive order comes out of the power of the purse of the Congress. The executive branch cannot promise something like that if it has to do with money. That's Constitution 101 for you. So, dude, if you're waiting for reparations, you're going to be waiting for a long time. It's not going to happen. All right?
Just like I heard, back when I was a kid, there'll never be.
Wait. You just basically ignored. I just told you it's not going to happen.
No, I heard what you said, but I
Good,
also
I'm
heard when I
glad
was
you
a
heard
kid,
it. It's
there'll
not
never be
going
a
to
black
happen.
president.
Bro,
But
it's
anyway,
not. Well,
let's
Obama's mother was white. His
my
mother
mother's
was
white.
white.
My mother's white too, and
So
that's why I
you
came
ain't
here
a
to
black
talk.
president either.
Let-
So what are you talking about?
okay, all right.
Your
Anyway,
biological mother is white, Dr.
my
J.
mother's white. My father is black.
So you running for president?
I have 4 white baby mothers. Okay, I came up here tonight to let you people know it don't matter what your mate is. Oh, also I was married to a crazy Romanian for a little bit. All right, but at the end of the day,
4 white baby mothers?
not 3, 4.
So you're a pookie. So you're a pookie, and you're creating fucking
No,
harm.
I'm not a pookie, and if you was in
Yeah,
my
you're a
face, you wouldn't
pookie.
be saying that. No,
You're a
I'm black
pookie.
to the.
If I was
Don't
in
get
your
it twisted.
face, I'd say that shit.
Okay, that's what your mouth
I
say.
absolutely say that shit. Mookie.
Okay, you got me all tore up.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah. Shout out Kingsbridge Road,
what are you
baby.
trying to talk about here?
Where you from, homie? Where you from? If you mind me asking, I'm from the Bronx, but I'm in.
I'm from New York City.
You from New
That's
York
where I'm
City?
from.
Okay, I'll be up in New York City in a minute. You can
No,
say that
I'm
in
in
my
New York
face.
City now.
Yeah, I know. I'm from New York City too, but I'm in Arizona right now because I bounce around.
You're wasting time.
Got me fucked up.
Why don't you go run for office or some shit? You're wasting time.
Nobody said nothing about office. Look at you
I
jumping.
said it.
You got a problem? Do you
I
got a
said
problem? You sound like you're a computer gangster. How you
All
doing,
right,
Jen?
I'm not a computer gangster. I'm a gangster in real life. There you go.
Okay, why you had to come at me crazy though? All of
Because
this
you're
talking
wasting
heavy?
time and you're annoying me.
No, you the one wasting time.
You're
What
wasting
did I say
time.
that's messed up? Are you having a bad day?
We're talking about something else. You're talking about fucking reparations. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and I said leave it alone, and you kept going. You
No,
forgot?
okay, fine. Leave it alone. There you go. Okay,
Exactly.
move back to Jen's topic, please.
Yes. Let's talk about black men swirling like homeboy, trying to talk to me heavy.
I'm not trying to do shit.
You got 4 white baby mothers. So you're consistent.
Sounds like a pookie to me.
Huh?
You're consistent. So white women is
No,
your thing.
I meant no. You know, I live a different type of life, Jen. But it. Anyway, yeah. But
Okay,
like I said,
so what's your opinion?
my mother's white. She still lives in the Bronx to this day. Born and raised in New York. Okay. Now I came on here, okay, because one thing I would like to let people know. Not that I talk against it, but I like to let people know, other than white, when you're dealing with white women, okay, it could be real murky, okay, especially when you're dealing with these courts, okay, because I got kids and I've dealt with courtrooms, you know, and it ain't too fly, especially when you're dealing with this complexion, okay. Ow.
Russell Simmons or something.
Yeah, you want to say something towards that, homie?
Yeah, I
see you with that snow bunny. I see you with that snow bunny in that picture. Yeah.
I'm sorry, my internet was messing up. Did I miss the part with Big Truck threatening to shoot him?
No, I didn't do that.
I know, right? We got a super gangster. He's probably from upstate New York.
I didn't do that yet. Don't worry. I'll keep it in the box. I didn't do that yet.
Everybody keep their guns in the box.
We'll keep the guns in the box. No guns today. No guns.
Thank you.
We'll find out. But no, so you guys think if you have a mate that's not black, that you're not pro-black?
I think that was my opinion.
Why is that though, Jen?
Well, my opinion is, I'm just very simply, like I said before, vegans don't eat meat, right? If I'm constantly preaching to you that I'm a vegan and you see me with a cheeseburger, you're going to call me on it. You're going to say, wait a minute, didn't you say you was a vegan? That's just natural to ask. If I'm a vegan and I wear vegan t-shirts and I go to the vegan marches and I'm all about that, and I'm preaching vegan and my picture is a head of lettuce, and then you see me eating a cheeseburger, you're going to, quite naturally, you're going to be like, Jen said she was a vegan. She ain't no vegan. So when I hear a man or a woman pro-black, I'm pro-black for the advancement of the people, the black love, the black this, the black that, and then you're constantly laying with white women, it raises an eyebrow. It raises an eyebrow. But what say you? You got 4 white baby mothers. Your mother is white. Tell me how you're still pro-black even though you're making half white babies. Let's hear it.
No, black. They black. We go by the one drop black rule, like my white grandmother taught me. Yeah. They black. Yeah, don't let it.
Really?
Oh yeah, don't get it twisted. Oh yeah, I don't play that 20%. No, I'm black.
So they deny their mother.
No, it's not about denying.
But they must.
Okay.
If they're going to call themselves black, they must deny their mother. You do.
They must deny their mother. You do know. Like me, I'm not a dummy. I do know. Like I'm not fully accepted by the black community. Not fully accepted by the white. I know that. You know what I mean? It's not no falsehood over here. But at the end of the day, like I said, I know. Okay, if it was slavery, they don't play that. Oh, you 20%. No, I'm black. My mother's white, and it has nothing to do with denying. Just like. Okay, go ahead.
But we're not slaves anymore. So we have to stop. It's just like the other idiot that came up here a minute ago. I'm not calling you. I'm talking about the other idiot.
No, go ahead.
We have to stop if the cops say you black, you black. Well, if Massa said you black, you black. Like we have to stop measuring blackness on what a white racist thinks about melanin. That is, to me, is insane.
Is there a problem though that I just consider myself black though?
No, it's not a problem. But in order for you to consider yourself fully black, you have to deny your mother. You have to deny your mother.
I just told you. I could have. Hey, you look at me. You can't really tell. People think I'm Dominican or something like that. But I told you my mother's white. I could have denied it. Exactly.
Yeah, I know, but
Okay.
if you're going to, you can't deny it.
Let me tell you something. I'm ashamed of my whiteness. You know why? Because you see what history and what happens and all that. You feel me? So at the end of the day, like I said, it's not, and they don't
Somebody
accept
shut
me.
that dog up, please.
Who's dog is black?
Yeah, tell that dog to
Yes.
shut the fuck up.
Big boy, shut the. I'm sorry, I digress. It's my killer. It's my killer. Shut the.
You
Homie, I can't wait to see. Come here, big boy, shut the.
God damn it!
Big boy, be quiet, all right? He's all right.
Getting the killer under control there with his little.
Yeah. I had to get the killer under control.
Put him outside.
Yeah.
We got a little
I'm gonna bring him up to New York for you, homie. Yeah, get your pit bull ready.
I've
Get
got
your pit bull
Doberman.
ready.
Oh,
B boys coming for that ass.
What does it say?
on the block, Jen.
Tell him, right,
What
B
does that
boys?
say? Hold on. What does it say?
Dog outside, please.
Right.
Jen, you want to read that super chat?
Dog's so fucking noisy.
You want to read that super chat, Jen?
Stop it.
Let me read the super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Joanna. She says, Damien,
That's right.
my issue with you is you stay saying you are oppressed. Meanwhile, you're freely on YouTube and with a white woman. God damn, Joanna. God damn.
Hold on. I said I'm oppressed. I live in a gated community. My neighbor to the left owns a construction company. My neighbor to the right owns is like an IT director. I'm the last person to say I'm oppressed. I've never said I was oppressed. I don't think those words. If I play the tape, me saying I was oppressed. Play the tape, Jawada. If you got it, play it. I'll cash app you $1,000. You can find a tape saying I'm oppressed.
I've
That's a
never heard
challenge.
that. I gotta say, I've never heard you like complain about the systemic.
I've never even
oppression.
said. I don't even think I've even said black people are oppressed.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that is true.
Play
That's
the
true,
tape.
Joanna. Joanna, are you confusing him with somebody else? Because I don't remember you.
What the fine caramel man you got up here that she's confusing you with?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. And the coolness went from 10 to 6. Is Joanna about to get you?
Necessary Evil said, gated makes you a fish, you honey.
He threw in that game. He made sure he threw in that gated community. His wife said, listen, all I gotta do is show up at the office. Don't come. All right, Damien, don't come. My credit score alone will get us in.
Long enough you could climb over it. So am I half official?
Mind you, Gen is one proud gun owner. That's the one thing her ghetto ass is. That's how you know she black, right? Right? She be toting them guns. I'm like, Jen, relax. She's like, just listen.
Open carry state.
Yeah, but open and brandishing is two different things.
Why be limited? Hey, honey. Right, that gated community comment had me rolling. It's all about the gated community. Fuck that. Fuck all that. Okay.
Yeah, that's
The
crazy.
gated community alone.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yo, listen, welcome to another episode of On the Block with Jen. Dr. Jaws, can you please explain to me how? Very simply. Explain to us, teach us. We like learning here on the block. Teach us how you are still pro-blackity black.
How I'm pro-black?
Yes, how you impregnated 4 white women being pro-black.
Stop saying it like that. Come on now. Why you gotta get Hey, and I take care of all my kids. I take care of all my kids, okay? You know, hey, it is what it is.
All right, let's hear it.
What? I lived a different type of life. You know what I mean? I don't want to go into it on here, but you know what I mean? So
that's what this is here.
That's what happened. Don't get it twisted. I deal with all types of people. I was engaged to a black woman out of Queens. You know what I mean? I dealt with crazy Boricuas. Okay, I habla poquito, okay, because I live with a Dominican for 3 años. I live with a Mexican for 2 años, okay? Yeah.
Okay, so
Enjoying life, yes.
okay, so you the United Nations of
No, life is life. See, people get caught up in see, my thing is this, it's what's in your heart, okay? Just because you black don't mean you black. Just because you Boricua don't mean you Boricua. Am I correct? Okay, it's what's in your heart. So what you talking about? My mother's a white rider, okay? She's born and raised up in the Bronx. She used to run with the Panthers, run with the Black Liberation Party. Okay, yeah. All right. I do a podcast with a white woman from my hood, from Kingsbridge, 196, where I'm from. Okay. Used to look out for everybody. So what people are talking, come on, Jen, you don't know a Dominican or somebody like that that's a rider? You know, come on, right? You don't just gotta be one race. So my thing is this. Huh?
Do you call yourself pro-black? Do you say I am pro-black? Do you call yourself
I'm pro-black? I'm pro-black to the bone gristle.
Mm.
Okay, to the bone gristle. Yeah.
What is pro-black to you?
Huh?
What's
pro-black? I'm about my peoples, okay? But at the end of the day, I keep it real. All right. I did 2 bids in New York. Okay. I did a bid from 91 to 93. Okay. That's when the Latins was running it. Right. But bet I had a bag, and I don't switch up. I never turned Muslim, never joined the gang. Yeah. All right. How I do things, I take people for how you come at me. All right. I don't play all of that, what you are and all that, because at the end of the day, that'll let you down. Shit, look what's going on now. Shit, you got Kyrie Irving. He just put out a goddamn a post, and he's going through all of the bullshit. Nobody's holding him down. All these black people. Why they not holding him down? Same with Kanye.
He should have kept his mouth shut. He doesn't sign his.
Oh, he should have kept his mouth. Oh, yes, boss. Are you crazy?
He kept his mouth shut.
Okay, all he did was post the goddamn. Are you serious?
He doesn't sign his own checks. He fucked.
You sound like a sambo, homie.
I don't give
you sound like a sambo.
What you think I sound like?
Let's not curse. Let's not curse. Let's talk. You don't know how to talk, homie? Because if you was in my face, you wouldn't be talking to me like that.
Up and I tell you in your face.
Wait a minute, but you.
I didn't curse at him.
You called him a sambo.
Okay, the reason I said that because the comment that he made. Okay, is that in his contract that you can't post? You can't post movies, documentaries.
Yes, it's a morality contract. Yes, they have clauses for that.
Yes,
okay,
they
calm
do.
down. You don't need to yell. The empty wagon makes the most noise. Okay, calm down.
Okay, but
you need some trees.
Stupid shit.
But
calm down.
And,
you must need an edible.
Yeah, I need some Adderall. You're driving me nuts with this stupid.
No, an edible. Calm with your junkie.
I don't do marijuana. I'm like this naturally.
Oh yeah, we know.
That's your problem.
Yeah, no, it's not a problem. It's a problem for Kyrie Irving not keeping his fucking mouth shut.
I know. Just play ball. Just play ball and shut up, right?
Play ball and shut the fuck up.
See, it's people like you. It's people like you that we're in the predicament we're in.
Harry Potter. She like, why you bring that up? You an asshole, Potter. Try to go through my phone, ain't know the passcode, Potter. Dumb bitch. It's my birthday, Harry Potter.
Okay, now that we got everybody calm down.
Let me ask a real question, Dr. Chad. Let me ask a real question, because I've heard a lot of people say Black people aren't holding down Kanye and Kyrie, right? Let's get back to the topic. What do you think Black people should do to hold down Kanye and Kyrie? Should they stop watching the NBA? Should they boycott the NFL and the Gap? And what do you think? You think collectively all Black people should do that?
Jen, you know the sad part, Jen? They didn't have phones and all of that, and they was able to do a bus boycott before, right? And these weak ass people now, okay, weak ass brothers can't eat. If you don't even agree, just stay shut. It's called be on code. Okay, that's what them Jews are doing. That's why when they went, they was on the front row, stuff like that. Okay, you ever notice? You know what's so funny? All the stuff going on. What Kanye said, he's so right. The whole industry is run by Jewish people. Okay, and I got nothing against it because I think somebody said on here earlier. What I would tell Kanye, do this shit on your own. You got money, stupid. Right? Okay. But Black people, okay, are so used to having them on their hands where they think they need them. Am I right? Just like with labels. Think about it. A person like Puffy, you made your money already. Why don't you just do your own thing? You don't need a Clive Davis. Okay.
So do you think?
But I will also say, because I'm not on no just because you black. Once again, because look at these black people that jerk their artists, Puffy, Baby. I could go on and on. You know what I mean? These are black execs. So that's why I said at the end of the day, I don't play that. Whatever you are is what you're gonna bring to the table. Okay.
Okay, so
¿Entiende?
let me take a break. Dr. Johnson.
Oh God.
Cállate, cállate, Moreno.
Joanna, how's he gonna type Damien? Thank you for the
And I play Estupido in front of the señoritas. You know, I play Estupido, so you know I can hear them bullshit set up.
Hold on, Dr. Johnson. Joanna says, Damien, you told me a sad story about what your mom told you about being oppressed on our first panel together. And Don
I
Levon
never said she was oppressed. My mother would be the last person to say that she was oppressed. I never said that. If my mother heard me say she was oppressed, she'd look at me way crazy and be like, boy, don't ever say I was oppressed. My mother ain't built like that. So she didn't build sons like that. So I never said that. That didn't happen.
Yates, but says, fuck Kanye. Thank you.
Wow.
Dr. Jaws, I'm kind of hard to talk to you. I want you to answer the question straight. What is the end goal? What's the end goal? Let's say black people support Kanye and Kyrie. They don't buy Nikes, right? And they stop watching. Now you're talking about black people not watching basketball. That's pretty huge, right? Because you got black men playing basketball, and that's how they support their families. But you want black fans to stop watching basketball while the black men still play?
We're not boycotting anything.
I know that, but I just want to know what the end goal is. What would the boycott? What would you gain?
Jen, you seen the way the way the Juice Crew rolled up. You seen how they on code. You got to do 5 things. Did you see the day that black girl that was holding that white chick and she was calling her N-word, fighting with her?
I spoke about that earlier.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, you know what I mean? They just brushed that under the rug. Think about it. You get all of these records, like Kanye said. You could say cursing and all that, but say something. Michael Jackson, years ago, he said something, sue me, Jew me, kike me. Okay, he said a Jewish curse, a derogatory word towards Jews. They made him take that out. Okay,
No,
he had to
He didn't take it out. He released it the way it was, and the correct quote.
Don't repeat it.
No, it was Jew me, sue me, kick me.
Oh my God.
What is going on?
That was the correct quote.
Right.
See,
okay,
okay. The point I was trying to make. Okay, you seen how they basically checked it where it is. You could say anything derogatory you want towards. Okay, and I wouldn't even just say black. I would say the urban community. Okay, and you Latinos are lumped in there too. And see, this is the thing I don't like, and this is what I be telling these Latinos out on the West Coast. Okay, when they try to, because it's very, very prejudiced out this way. Okay, I'm talking about California, Vegas, Arizona, and at the end of the day, we're all being treated the same. See, it's a loser, divide and conquer type of shit.
No, I'm not giving you that, because what you're saying with the whole allow the N-word and this and that, the key thing is allow.
Yes.
I remember I seen documentaries where black people were fighting against NWA and rap music and eventually lost.
Yep.
I said, so it's about what we allow. I said, the Jewish community said, Kyrie and Kanye, we don't accept that, and we're gonna raise hell about it. I said, what you're talking about is about what you allow. And I said, that's not fair. That's not about unity, stuff like that. It's about, okay, we allow this to happen. We allow people to say the N-word. We allow the tote guns to be brandished online and so on and so forth. We are promoting that and we're allowing it.
Thank you.
It's up to you to sit there and say, hey, no, we don't do that. We don't accept that here.
You remember hip hop was a teaching tool. Hip hop was a teaching tool up into 91, right? You notice how it switched real quick? You know what I mean? It went from De La Soul, Q-Tip and all of them. It switched real quick. It went into gangster stuff. Then you seen Snoop and all that come out. That was by design. And this is kind of what Kanye's talking about. Who owns these labels?
Hold on. The music itself is not the problem. The problem is the people who act on the shit, and they have the community a complete and total mess because they act on the shit. Honestly, and because we've had the same freaking conversation 100 times. The question that really should be asked, is why should you be pro-black? Why are you trying to perpetuate this shit instead of letting it die in the crib where it is? That's what you really should be talking about. There's no reason to perpetuate this nonsense. Every single time a rapper gets killed by whatever the circumstance, we end up having the exact same fucking panel. And to tell you the truth, at a certain point, you get sick and tired of this shit. And you have to wonder, why are you trying to perpetuate this? That's the very definition of insanity.
Perpetuate what?
Perpetuate a community with shit values. Is that a good enough explanation, or should I go further?
What community are you talking about? What
community
are you talking about, sir?
Why would you want to perpetuate this shit?
Let me read the super chat. Thank you, Don Levon, for the super chat. Don Levon says, y'all forget that Kanye was 53 million in debt before the Jews saved his ass. Kanye couldn't have done shit on his own, and Necessary Evil, thank you for the super chat, says, today's black man is the new face of entitled. Dr. Josh, what Big Truck is saying, that when you say, well, it twisted after 1990, whatever, it was Black people that went into the studio and spoke into the mic. Drugs, war, fuck our bitches. Drugs, war, fuck our bitches. Crime, let's shoot our brother. They did that. Why are you going to blame the Jewish people for pushing it? It's like blaming the fucking the pushing. No, you're participating. So you can't say that they're pushing. You have to say everyone is participating collectively, and it's a very lucrative business, and the rappers are making mucha moolah to perpetuate the degeneracy. They're not doing it for free. They're not slaves. Okay, I hear the word a lot, slaves. Oh, these rappers are slaves. These actors are slaves. They're not living in luxury.
They're not?
They're living since when does a slave live in?
Tupac died broke. What are you talking about? Tupac died broke. All of these guys, Suge Knight don't even.
About Kanye West and Kyrie Irving. They are sitting in ivory towers.
Oh, but so that means they supposed to do they can't just do things that. Wow. Okay, what did Kyrie let's unpack this. What did Kyrie Irving do wrong? He put out did you see I rented that documentary 2 days ago. It's not saying anything.
Answering your question, Kyrie Irving went against the rules of his boss. If you don't like the rules of your boss, quit.
Yeah, did you not see his apology? He didn't say the right things. Is that what is it? Huh?
I saw his apology.
No.
What was wrong with that?
You're not being fair because Kyrie didn't apologize. The Nets made an apology, and once I saw when an organization makes an apology on behalf of a player, that player put every foot in his ass to say, no, I'm not apologizing. I'm right. The organization got involved, and then they messed up by letting Kyrie do a public interview, and it proved he ain't learned jack shit. He says, I believe what I believe in. If I offended somebody, it sucks to suck. That's what he basically said. And then that's how he got suspended.
That complexion of that Jesus on it. It was Jesus, that complexion?
What? Oh, you don't know this panel, do you?
No, I'm just asking you.
Oh, I don't give a shit.
No, but that's basically what the documentary is. I rented it 2 days ago. I watched it. It's nothing really crazy, but this, the sad part is a person can't even have their opinion because that's what the documentary basically is.
They can if they don't work for someone else. That is life in general. You have children,
but
right?
Jen, this is the thing. He didn't say watch it. He just reposted it.
It's as simple as this. It's really a lot more simple. It's not complex. You have children. Where you sitting right now, that's your world. Your apartment is your world. If your child walks in your house, your world, if your child walks in and says, I don't like how you running shit here. I want to do it a different way, and I want to say what I want to say and do what I want to do. What is your response going to be to that child?
But that's not in. See, what he said, he told me it's in contract. I didn't see it yet. But it's my house. No, I get what you're saying, but he apologized, though, Jen. He apologized. Okay, what did he not say in the apology? NBA, what did he say?
Your house. That's
no, but what did he not say in the apology that you didn't like?
I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't care about what.
No, he said, "I'm sorry, I hurt some people." But what more you want him to say?
Okay, but then
You really think, okay, why does he got to give a Jewish organization money and all this? Why does?
But then he went on an interview and then backpedaled that apology they wrote for him. Do you understand? If Kyrie can say whatever he wants. Kyrie can say whatever he wants on Twitter, especially now because Elon Musk owns it. He can say whatever he wants. He just cannot work for people doing so. That's it. It's very simple. Kanye can say whatever he wants. He just can't be working for people. When he says it's simple, I can't slap my boss. I can hate my boss. I can't say that on a public forum. It's really simple. It's simple. No one has
You know that
behind Kyrie.
And just like all those people, like how Shaq came out, Shaq put that actual documentary in one of his movie deals.
Wait,
You know that, right?
Keep moving the goalposts? Why don't you just address what she just said?
Don Levine is crazy.
Yeah.
See, I think a lot of people need a lesson in civics so that y'all can understand what free speech actually means. It does not mean that you have a right to say whatever you want to say.
It's his social media.
Excuse me. It means that Congress itself shall make no law against your self-expression. It has nothing to do with private corporations telling you that if you don't like how things are here, then you can pack your shit and get the fuck out. That's how it really works. This is not a free speech issue. You can say whatever you want, but if these people are signing your checks, it's probably better to shut the fuck up.
Oh, let's be real. If Kyrie Irving retires from basketball, would we care?
Not one bit.
No.
The league is going to move on. So what we're saying about
I would care.
Oh, you must be a Nets fan. Are you a Nets fan?
Yeah, no, that's my favorite player. I would care, to be honest with you.
Out of all players,
but I ain't going to interrupt. I'll speak when it's my turn.
That's so you disrespecting yourself. You gonna skip out on KD over you know what?
Nah, he's been my favorite player. Hey, that boy is crazy with it. Boy, that boy, that's
crazy,
a bad boy.
With it and can't win. And can't win the lick.
Let me say
this.
He
can. He's already got a title. He got a title.
Let me say this before we start talking fucking sports, because this is ESPN, coño. So let me say this. I will say this. I said earlier on Facebook, right, that athletes, rappers, whatever, they need to stop fucking up their money for people who are going to keep watching the game without them and buying rap music without them. If Kyrie and Kanye vanish off the planet tomorrow, they're going to throw up a bunch of rest in pieces, right? And people will continue listening to rap, and people are going to sure as hell watch basketball. So why are these dudes risking life and limb and billions of dollars to play this pro-black activist online? It's a social media type of activism when the world is going to move on without them. Nobody cares.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Pro-black is really, really stupid when you're in a white space. It just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Elaborate.
And especially if you're trying to veil, what is it? Anti-Semitic comments, anti-Semitic comments, or if you're trying to say things that you know you really shouldn't be saying just to try to make a point. If you've got the money to do that, fine for you. But if you don't have the money, instead of messing up your livelihood, your pension, instead of fucking all that stuff up and getting in this cancel culture, why not just wait until you have all your money and then write a book or something about how much you hate these people? But why are you doing it now? Are you that fucking desperate for attention that you're that stupid? It's just amazing to me. It's absolutely amazing.
I want to know, and don't nobody interrupt me. You can answer this after I say it. I would like to pass the mic to World Kings because he just got here. But this is my question. This is a real question, a serious question. What is the end goal? Now the new thing is, well, we were the first Jews. We are the first Jews. We're the first Jews. What is the end goal? Do you want people to crown you the first Jews? Do you think that's going to put money in your pocket if someone says you are now crowned the first Jews? What do you want? No one ever seems to answer the fucking question. And let's be clear, all Black people are not going to get in line with what the fuck it is that you want. So why do people keep dying on this hill? Because there's some Black people that be like, fuck a reparations, I'm making my own money. There are other Black people that be like, fuck a vote, I'm going to make enough money to buy me a politician. So no one's going to be on board at the same time. So what do all the people complaining about? We're the real Jews. What do you want? Do you want the t-shirt? Do you want IDs that say you're the real Jews? Because every month the goalpost moves. First it was that people are kidnapping hip hop from you. Then it's like Asians don't deserve consideration because you were the only ones that are oppressed. Then it was the Mexicans. Or what is the fucking end goal? I never hear the end goal. What is the end goal? Let's say someone puts Kyrie and Kanye in the room and says, you are the real Jews. The contracts are fucked up. Look, here are the contracts. They're fucked up, Kanye. You were right. What is the end goal? Can someone fucking answer? What's the end goal? What do you think is going to happen to the Black community if someone says, y'all are the real Jews? You got it. We're here. Now what? Are Black rappers going to stop talking about fucking up Black women and drinking and liquor and doing drugs and killing each other in the middle of the street? Are rappers gonna stop doing that? What's the end goal? Somebody answer. I want to know what's the end goal? What
Nothing's gonna happen. Not a thing.
You act like other people don't do that too. Other people, it's not just Black people. Okay, like Latinos talk about crazy stuff in their music too. Okay, white people do too.
Yeah, but who's complaining? We have to look at who's complaining about the thing. If Latinos were complaining about it, then I would say Latinos too. But who's complaining about it?
If Black people wasn't complaining about it, you wouldn't have it as good as you have it over here. You don't think so, Jen?
What are you talking about? Not listen. If you don't know Puerto Rican history and the activists, who was the fucking woman? The first person who ran up in the Capitol with the fucking AK was Boricua, Lolita LeBron. Do you have you ever heard of these Campos?
No, but that's what's up. But that's what's up because and she did that.
Who put the Puerto Rican flag on the fucking forehead of Statue of Liberty? Let's not play Oppression Olympics. I'm talking about who's complaining and what's the end goal.
The end goal is
what is the end goal?
Okay.
Do you have an end goal for me, what is the end goal?
When things are equality, that's the end goal.
Oh, that's what you think you're getting.
That's what people are.
Okay, so you want
equality is what equal?
Let's entertain equality. You think the rappers and the athletes should make more money? Is that the equality you're talking about? What equality? What do you want the Jews to do to the rappers and the athletes? I really want to know. What would you like to see the Jews do for rappers and athletes who are making 7, 8, 9 figures already? Because that's what the athletes are making. What would you like the Jews to do for these rappers and athletes? You said equality. What does that look like?
Equality. Don't give shitty contracts, which is what they do predominantly. Okay, and then when you was talking about how the music changed and you acted like it was the artist, okay, I had two deals. In fact, I was signed to B-Boy Records, okay, and the reason why
like we was artists,
the way what they was marketing, okay, because we wouldn't get on pictures with guns and stuff like that, me and my partner, okay, so I saw it with my own eyes, okay. You would get shelved. All those groups, you think De La Soul just stopped making music? No, they wasn't pushed. Now, if you're talking about end game, people don't know the end game. And if you really want to talk about, like the guy was saying earlier, there's not really. You see what's going on? They just had a rally and people it's all this hate and all of that.
End game, then you need to shut the fuck up, because how do you have a plan and complaining without an end game and no end goal? Then it's fucking gibberish. Then it's people looking for attention.
Who? When things aren't right, you fight. When things aren't right, you're supposed to speak up. You're supposed to fight about it.
So
no.
I'm
have an outcome.
Do you want to, World Kings? Do you want to jump in on that? Do you got an answer for me?
No, I don't got no answer for that one.
Like I am not gonna die on the sword for no fucking Kyrie Irving and Kanye West. I'm calling it right here, right now. I'm sorry.
I wanted to say about
the two people who ain't give a shit until something happened to them. No, that's not fair. That's not fair to me. They have proven not to care until something happens to them. That's not fair. I don't know. I'm not dying on no sword for those two at all.
Joanna, you could try again. It doesn't make, like what he just said, when you act like it was the rappers, it is the rappers do. So then the rappers are a form of prostitutes, right? Because
Yeah.
they will sell out their own people.
Slaves.
They would not slaves. Prostitutes and slaves are two different things. Slaves do things against their will because they are shackled and threatened with death. The only thing rappers are threatened with is not being able to buy fucking jewelry and a Bentley. Okay.
And no, you're wrong, Jen. You're wrong. And I just
my point. Let me finish my point. They have a choice. If they go in there and this Jewish devil tells them, right? Because the Jewish people are supposed to be the new demons for this week. Every week is a fucking new group of people. This week is the fucking demons. This week is the Jewish people. So you go into the office. This Jewish guy supposedly, allegedly tells you, unless you take a picture with an AK and talk about black women ain't shit, you ain't getting signed. That person has the choice whether or not to say, you know what? I don't want to talk about that. I'm leaving. But what do? They sign on the dotted line. So it is the rapper.
They sell out for the money.
Yo, just cash at me $500 right now. Just give it to me.
They can be
get it in blood.
They can be bought. So you have to say it that way. You have to say they can be bought. It is not against their will. They are not slaves. They can walk out that office, but the money is calling them. They can walk out the office. They could say, no, I'm not going to do this to my people. I'm not going to sell drugs to my people. I'm not going to sit up in the studio and remix a song about Molly and Percocet so they can wonder what Molly and Percocet is and start doing the drug. They could walk out. They could walk out.
Did rap start like that, Jen?
That's not the point. We're here.
No, but I'm actually, did it start like that?
No, it didn't start like that, but we're here.
It started about uplifting, right? And then you seen how it changed. You seen how it changed around, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You from the Bronx? You say how they dumped all those people in prisons in the early 90s? No, you didn't see that?
Yeah,
you don't think that was by and that wasn't by design?
Were they committing crimes?
But they didn't do that. But they didn't do that in the suburbs. That's where I do crime prominently in the suburbs. So I know that. And when I caught my bid, I caught my bid in Saratoga Springs. You know where that is? That's upstate New York.
Were they committing crimes?
Yeah.
High. Anyway.
No, I'm high now. No, so there's not crime in the suburbs.
Back to the topic. You all over
the place. I know. Wow.
World Kings, can you be pro-black and date out too?
Yeah, you can.
How so?
Because unless you take on a certain type of ideology when dating out, that when it becomes where you're not pro-black or whatever the case, or not even pro-black, whatever, you could be anti-black or whatever, or anti whatever. So for instance, if my girlfriend's white and I'm sitting up here and I'm like, black bitches ain't shit, I would never mess with no black woman, and I wouldn't, the black community is this and the black community is that and the black community is this, then that's a problem. But if you're dating a white woman and you're still like, I'm still, love my people, I still, want to see what's best for my people. We don't know all the answers right now, but I'm willing to do my part to come up with some proper solutions to the things that I can affect. Then in that case, you can be pro-black or whatever you want to call it. And Damien said, I was bouncing in and out earlier. Damien said something too earlier that a lot of people do, not just black people. If you see somebody like Serena and Tiger, when they were playing in those sports that were predominantly white, black people usually tended to go for them. A lot of black people would go for them. I would call that being quote unquote pro-black. It was, and there's nothing wrong with being pro-white, because the same thing happened on the inverse with Larry Bird. Larry Bird was in a sport that was dominated by black men predominantly, but a lot of white men was like, yeah, we see one of us out there, so we see a white man out there in a black dominated game doing his thing, so we messing with him. Just like when the Asians saw Jeremy Lin out there, that would, if I could call it a word, I would say just kind of maybe pride within your race or your heritage or whatever case. It doesn't mean that you're against nobody. It just means that I see this Asian out here. He's from my community. He looks like me. I know the things that he goes through, and he's in another game doing his thing. So I'm rooting for him. So I would say, yeah. But I can say that you can also be anti whatever. You can be married to a black woman, but you believe that, you're still saying that black women ain't this, the black community ain't that, the black community is this. I mean, we've seen it. So I believe it could go either way. I just believe it's how you handle it when you're doing it is what makes it good or bad. And that's to me. That's only to me. I'm not saying that's what everybody else should think. That's just my opinion.
Okay. Well, we got to respect opinions. Coupe de Ville TV2, since he's concerned about the Latinos, can you be pro-Latino and date out? I say no. I say no.
You say no. You got a flag right there and you date out.
I'm answering his question. Can you be pro-Latino and date out? I say no.
Listen, Abuela will say no, okay?
I'm not preaching pro-Latino and Latino love and Latino power and power to the Latinos and then dating out. You see the difference? If I was talking like that and then you didn't see me with a Latino, then you could question me. Well, Jen, ain't you pro-Latino? Ain't you pro-Latino love? Ain't you pro-Latino advancement? Ain't you pro-Latino economy? Ain't you pro-Latino children? Ain't you pro? Then you could question me and say, Jen, if you pro-Latino, why are you dating that black guy? But I'm not pro-Latino.
So you're
yeah,
okay,
but I'm saying you're
getting a
taking that
picture.
pro and
let me
emphasis
finish
on that
this,
pro.
World Kings. Hold on. Let me just say this, brother. So like, and I'm probably sure I'm gonna say what you're about to say. It's like, so you're taking the pro as meaning you are over exuberant about it, like everything about you is pushing that narrative forward or something like that. Okay, so that's your definition for pro. I don't think from what you read that means that's exactly coincide with what you read about the definition.
It does though to me. It does, because it literally
that's an extremist.
Yes.
It literally says here.
That's an extremist.
I don't think so, because listen, I don't know if you heard the definition earlier. Promoting love for Black people and encouraging Black youth is sole purpose to keep uplifting Black people in America to be proud at the same time. Black people as a whole, with the purpose of increasing the wealth and population of Black people, the population of Black people. If I am saying I'm pro-Latino, right, I am for the population of Latinos. I'm going to keep it strictly Latino. Why would I dilute the quote unquote Latino bloodline with a white guy? Why would I, if I'm pro-Latino?
Yeah, that was part of it. The population part, that was the end of it. That first part, though, you said a whole lot in that first part, that you can be pro-Latino and still date outside.
That was the first part. I read it backwards. I could read it again. It says pro-Black. Pro-Black is a lifestyle that encourages the economic growth and development of the Black people as a whole, with the purpose of increasing the wealth and population of Black people around the world, whether it be spending money with Black-owned business in your communities online, promoting love for Black people and encouraging Black youth. Its sole purpose is to keep uplifting Black people in America to be proud and the same time. And then it goes on and on and on and on. So the first thing was the population. I just don't understand using this, what I believe pro-Blackness to be a pro or pro-anything, pro-vegan, pro-anything. And what I'm understanding from this, and you guys can interpret how you see fit, but my understanding when you're talking about population, to increase the wealth and population. If a Black man marries a white woman, he is increasing and he's wealthy, he is increasing the wealth in her community. Her mama benefits, her family benefits. If a Black athlete who's worth $1 billion marries a white woman, he is taking those resources and that money and putting it in the white community now.
Hold on, but wouldn't he
in the Black community?
Hold on, but wouldn't he be putting the community?
I wouldn't call him pro.
Hold on, but wouldn't he be? And I don't got no white woman. I'm just for the white, and I don't care who does. It doesn't matter. That's neither here nor there.
Right,
I was just using that as an example. But let's just use your example. Wouldn't that wealth still be going to his family as well, because he still has black family? So take for example,
But he's splitting it. He's splitting the money.
okay, so but you're still uplifting, you're still doing all those things for your people, but you're also doing it for her people as well.
Right.
So you're still in a way pro-black, and that's what I'm saying.
But there goes the key word that you just said. In a way.
I want to ask you a question, Jen. Did you create a black child?
A mixed child.
So your child is not black.
I created a mixed child. She's mixed.
Okay, so does she identify as mixed or black?
Both mixed.
Okay, I'm just curious. I was just wondering because I feel like
if you ask my daughter what she is, she's gonna say I'm black and Puerto Rican. She doesn't say I'm Puerto Rican, and she doesn't say I'm black. And if someone asks her, "Well, you Puerto Rican?" she'll correct you. She'll be like, "I'm black and Puerto Rican." You're not gonna deny your mother.
Okay, I'm just curious because like
no, it's okay.
No, like
well, no,
my
but
wife,
you do have people like Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys doesn't say she's mixed. She denies her mother.
I mean,
so
Halle Berry doesn't say she's mixed.
Exactly. She denies her mother, father, whichever one it was. And then you have some that
she was raised by her mother.
That may deny the other side and may just say I'm Puerto Rican. They won't say I'm black. Or
Absolutely.
then you have some that'll say I'm just black. Then, like you said, Jen, you got people that'll say they're mixed. So it's like
absolutely
that one's a hard one, because then where does it come in to where it's like, if in the case of and Alicia Keys, so her children with Swiss Beats, would they? And the only reason why I use celebrities is because it's something that we can all identify with, that we all can. So would her kids then say that could Swiss Beats turn around and say that he's pro-black, being that his wife is mixed, but she identifies as black, and then they have kids? Would he fall up under pro-black? That's the question I would ask.
I do not know. I would say that, because I did mention earlier how Kyrie and Kanye, they go white adjacent. And to me, Alicia Keys is white adjacent, but Swiss Beats isn't even black. Isn't he some sort of Arab or some shit? Isn't he mixed?
See, Jen, here's the problem that I have.
I think he's
let me just say this. This is the problem I have. The biggest problem with racism is in this country is basically they want you to check a box that says either you're white or you're basically not white, but that box has been expanded to say you're black or non-Pacific Islander or East Asian or whatever, right? The issue is this country, as long as we continue to go that route, classifying people based on their skin color or the hue of their skin color or the tan of their skin color or the contrast, as long as you go that route, racism ain't going nowhere. It just continues. And my thing is, at this point, I want to wipe it out. But I understand it's not going to happen through laws. It's going to happen basically by assimilation. So I don't have, like, we hear about all these black women divesting, claiming that they got themselves a white zaddy and this, that, and other. They're still going to have black kids because you've seen what the kids look like. I don't have a problem with them. As far as I'm concerned, I hope they all go over there and get white men. And as far as black men, no matter who a black man has kids with, that's going to be a black kid. It doesn't matter how light-skinned she is. So the reality is this path to whiteness and this skin color shit is just really horribly, it's demeaning, because it appeals like to the lowest common denominator of us, that people have to hold on to whiteness, or people have to, with this pro-black thing, I could take it either way, and got to claim that they pro-black based just on somebody's skin color. It's really stupid. And as far as I'm concerned, I want it all to just crash and burn.
Hold on, what she just said on that comment that Halle Berry says she's mixed? No, she doesn't. Halle Berry says she's black. Otherwise, she would not have won the first award, quote unquote, for the first Oscar for a black woman. It wasn't the first Oscar for a mixed woman. It was the first one for a black woman. She would have corrected, no, I'm not black, I'm mixed. But she's always said she was black. but she knows she's mixed, but she identifies as black.
Yeah, and even think about that. Whoopi Goldberg could have won it for The Color Purple, but they were so racist they were never going to give it to her. Denzel Washington, when he got his, I believe it was Academy Award for Training Day.
Training Day, yeah.
They could have given Denzel Washington that same award for Malcolm X, but they weren't going to do that. My thing is, I don't give a fuck about these goddamn awards. I don't watch them.
Me neither. I just was saying
I understand what you're saying, man. Listen, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that they put you in a box and then they expect you to behave that way. And I have to claim I'm something in order to get your little fucking handout. I've got to sign that I'm a minority so that I can get a tax stipend to go to school. It's really, really demeaning at this point.
And then another thing, Jen, that you got these, and I don't give a damn what you do. And I want to preface everything I say, but I really don't care. I'm really one of the coolest dudes you ever meet in life. I just be coming on here just like everybody else come on here, just to talk shit and swallow spit. That's about it. So, Jen, why then couldn't your daughter should be able to walk out the house, because you got men that can say they women that can say they men. They can be a man today. Tomorrow they can wake up and say, I want to be a woman. I could be born a woman and say, tomorrow I want to be a man. I can get up today and say, I want to go date a man. I can want to go date a woman. Why can't your daughter go out one day and say, hey, I'm Puerto Rican today? And then 3 weeks later say, hey, I'm black today. And then 3 weeks after that say, hey, I'm mixed today.
Why couldn't
why couldn't she do that? Why couldn't she? Because she really wouldn't be lying. I'm just saying, everybody can say and be what they want to be.
Well, hold on, isn't Puerto Rican a national?
Yes, we can say whatever we want to be. Rachel Dolezal says she was black. Did that make her black in real life?
She was. No. She had.
No, that was the lie, though. That was the direct. That's like me saying.
Hold on.
So that's my point. My daughter could go out and say she's just Puerto Rican, but that would be.
No, but hold on. Rachel Dolezal has a black card that was signed in semen by the father of her kids. Now, hold on.
This I know what we've been on too long. Big Chuck, stop.
But hold on, Puerto Rican is a nationality.
Yes, it is.
She could say, yes, I'm Latina. I have cousins because of my uncle who married a Dominican. They look like regular black girls, and you wouldn't know they were Dominican unless they told you, oh, my mom's from Dominican Republic. They're probably not going to say that. But all I'm saying is, I just think what we need to do is try to get away from allowing ourselves to be painted into the box.
I completely agree with you. That's why I told that stupid motherfucker from earlier to kick rocks, because he came up with the, why don't you say you're black? Why don't you claim you're black, right? Because a lot of these motherfuckers are still on the fucking plantation. Now, I would love to live in a world where race does not exist, right? What we say is one race, it's the human race, but that's not the world we live in. So when I entertain the conversations of my daughter, well, what's your daughter, right? Well, she's a human being, but that's not how society is going to view it. So for the sake of entertaining the conversation, first of all, Puerto Ricans are fucking mixed, Taino, Spaniard, African, Native, like it's a mix. So Puerto Rican is not a race within itself. It is a mix of races, right? That's why some of them look pitch black and some of them look fucking white as snow. So my daughter, if she's entertaining what are you? If she's entertaining what are you? She's Puerto Rican and black, which are two separate entities and cultures entirely. Mm-hmm. Two different fucking worlds. Now, if we had no race, then my daughter could come out and say, I'm human. But that's not where we live. Everything is looked at, well, what are you? Where are you from? What's your ethnicity? But what's your mind? What the plantation say? Well, if you take black dick, you black. If you that's the world that we live in. So if we're looking at it from the science and technically, then my daughter is half black, half Puerto Rican. Tiger Woods is half black and half Puerto Rican. Alicia Keys, same thing. Tiger Woods, I'm sorry, is half Thai and half black. Alicia Keys, but of course, it's cooler to claim black, especially in the industry. It's more important.
But Tiger Woods said he was Calimanasian.
Yeah, right. Because he wanted to claim his mother as much as his father.
Yeah, until his ass was until
the cops came up, right?
No, not the cops. Not the cops. Not the cops when he was messing with them 30 with them 30 different white chicks.
And then he turned black.
It did. Yeah. They always come back home.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, black people measure their blackness by what the cops are going to tell them or what society. It's crazy. I would never give a motherfucker that much power. I couldn't do it. I don't know how y'all do it. I couldn't.
Well, no, we was telling them they don't. We was telling them you ain't no Calimination, but he was the one.
Though. It doesn't matter what happened to him after he got into controversy. Like him cheating with all those women and getting busted, right? Does not change that his mother's from Thailand.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing that Tiger Woods
with
the only
change it.
The only thing Tiger Woods did wrong was marrying him.
He heard that out of his mouth. He never said my mother's not from Thailand because I got in trouble.
But
he didn't say that Calimination no more.
Yeah, no, the only he still.
What did he say then? Did he stop saying
that? He didn't say that. He stopped saying that.
I like you, World Kings. World Kings, where you live?
Tiger Woods did wrong was marrying one.
World Kings is entertaining. He's wrong because
no, I'm not. I'm serious.
I'm gonna tell you how you're wrong. If you go on YouTube, okay, and search Tiger Woods talking about he's black, you will find a couple different videos. And you will hear him talking about his black side and how he would never deny his black side. I've seen those videos, and he was very young to very old. So you guys create these narratives that he was denying his blackness when there are actual videos with audio attached where he is embracing his black side, talking about his black side, saying that he would never deny his black side. But because he doesn't stamp black on his forehead,
no, he doesn't have to do that.
Narrative. You try to paint a narrative that doesn't exist.
That's not a narrative. That's what happened.
Because he's never denied being black.
Okay, but okay.
Painting.
Both things could be true.
No, both things cannot be true.
Oh no, they're true because he hasn't. Okay, well, pull something up where he said.
You cannot.
When did that pull something up in the last 10 years since that situation happened, where he said, "I'm Calimination"?
Both things cannot be true because you can't say that he both embraced his blackness and denied his blackness.
All I'm saying is he didn't say I'm Calimination after that.
He is.
That's all I said is that he didn't say it.
He is. Whether
he was saying it, he was screaming it. After that happened, he stopped saying it.
If Tiger Woods was on an interview today and they asked him what's his racial makeup, he will say, my mother is from Thailand, my father is black. That is what he will say in 2022. That is what he would still say. Stop painting a narrative that this man denied his blackness. Stop doing that because it's fucked up and it's false. It is false.
Well, he hasn't said he was Calimination. But what I'm saying is I'm making
black.
It does. Listen. It goes back to what I was saying earlier. Some people identify and say that they're black, even though we all know that Alicia Keys is a mixed race woman. We all know that biologically, but that woman doesn't come out and say that she's mixed. All I'm saying is that you have people that say, and it didn't take nothing for her to say it. She's never been arrested. They no police do nothing. Didn't know nothing.
But she don't have to say it. We see her mother is white in the pictures, very white.
Exactly. Oh yeah, like white.
She don't have to say it. Halle Berry doesn't have to say it either. Her mother's very white.
Exactly. And but they don't identify with it. And do you think that's wrong of them?
I don't think that's wrong with them. That's their fucking business. If they think being black is cooler. Like I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't give a fuck about a Halle Berry or Alicia Keys. But those women have also not denied their mother. They show up with their white ass mother on the red carpet plenty. Have you seen Alicia Keys or Halle Berry on the red carpet with their daddy, with their black daddy? No. The white mother has been in the front row and the white mother has been on the red carpet. Where's their black daddy? I see Alicia Keys got the cornrows in her hair, but where's her black daddy? Where he at?
I don't see.
I haven't seen him.
Well, she just has an absent father. I haven't seen LeBron James' father either. That doesn't really mean.
Okay.
I'm telling. This is just. Have you seen LeBron James' father with him?
ridiculous. Like they ran with.
I've seen his mother. Have you seen his father?
God, universe forbid. Universe forbid the man claimed his mother. Universe forbid Tiger was his mother. Then he became a traitor of the black race. And he's a collaboration.
Hell yeah.
Like, who the fuck do y'all think y'all are? You don't own the patent of blackness. You don't say who's black and who isn't.
I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, y'all. And I'm bigly, I'm black, y'all.
Black. You don't say who has to claim what. You gotta let that go. You do not own the patent to blackness. You don't get to paint a narrative for other people and how they identify. You sound fucking nuts.
All right, who's ready for that black love?
Not you.
No,
Juwan, I thought Juwan was gonna say that. I promise
Juwana's
you.
on.
I swear to God.
Here comes the black love.
Here comes Juwana. Dalavan says if the white woman helped him obtain his wealth, then her white family should share in their wealth. Absolutely. If the white people help him,
no, you don't. That's called a prenup. That's called a prenup.
If they helped him be rich, he gotta, you know what I mean, pay that shit back.
What?
You don't think
what's mine is mine, and what's mine is my daughter's.
But if they helped him,
helped him. I'm sorry. I thought. Never mind. I misread that. If the white woman.
I wrote an article about that a while back, the black police, and I called it the black police. Thank you for that. I did write an article about that.
I want Damien to be the chief of black police.
He the chief. I'm the sergeant.
They pull you over. Hey, what part?
Yeah. Hey, Jen, how much black you got up in you? Get out this car real quick. Let me put this comb through your head real quick. Let's
make Big Truck the PR director of the black police. Big Truck has to be the PR director of the black police.
Killing us. It sounds like wind.
Oh yeah. Probably.
All right, Juwana, you back up. What you gotta say, Juwana?
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Is it crackly?
Kind of, sort of, but go ahead.
It sounds like you're on the moon.
Man, this is sad. I wish you could hear me.
Juwana, have you restarted your phone?
Your connection is really bad, Juwana.
All right, good night, guys.
Good night, Juwana.
I need to hear what Juwana had to say too. But
switch to AT&T.
Yo, I'm done.
I have AT&T.
Oh,
not
switch to Verizon.
Don Levant said you skydiving, Tristan.
Yeah. Yo, listen, man. It'd be hot in here. Yo.
Oh, wait, we have No Saint on the panel. No Saint, what say you? This is gonna be interesting.
I thought that was Lionel Messi this whole time. I was like, what the fuck?
Good evening. How's everybody doing? I was trying to listen in. I came to the conversation late.
It's been fucking bananas and nuts.
It's been all over the place.
It's been
now.
Go ahead, Juwana.
Yeah, go.
How does it sound now?
No.
We can hear you, but it's just choppy. Go ahead, try and say what you're saying, and we'll try to bear with you. Oh, okay, she left. No Saint, passing the mic to you, sir. How you doing?
Hey, I'm sorry I missed all this good conversation.
Woo!
That's all I can say. So I don't know how the panel's going with this. I don't see. I think Ish. I'm pretty sure I know where Ish must stand on this.
Yeah, he's not here.
He's not. Oh, he was on here earlier though, right?
No.
Oh, damn.
Oh, I know you ain't just say all black people look alike. I know you ain't just do that. You just did that. You just did that.
No, I just checked in. I just checked in.
No, sir,
okay. I just checked in. Oh, anyway, I don't know how. It's kind of hard for me to speak on this. Can you be pro-black and date out too? I suppose you can. What is I mean, it's kind of hard for me to comment on this.
How pro-black are you, No Saint?
I'm pro-black. I'm pro-black, but I'm not anti-white. Oh man. I mean, so I can only go from my experience as a white guy.
Okay.
You don't have to give up your culture to date out. And I'm saying that as, I mean, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird for me to say because I'm dating a Latino, I'm married to a Latino. So she doesn't have to change her culture to be married to me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. This is a weird topic. That's why I kind of wanted to listen and see what, where I could jump in, but.
Okay, what kind of Latina?
Oh, she's Colombian.
Does she present as white or
no
Colombian?
No, she's Colombian for sure.
I mean, but like if I was to see if she didn't open her mouth, would she look like a white woman?
No.
Or she looks ethnic?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
And she's yeah, I mean, what do you want with that? She's she's very, proud Colombian.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of how I'm starting to want to wait to see where I could jump in on this because
now no saint, right?
Yeah.
Now we all know Jen's beef with who is that? Who's that drug queen pin? Who is that one? That drug lord? Who was it?
You mean the one that in
Griselda?
Miami?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Griselda Blanco,
That's
right?
the one.
Was she Colombian?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
So how does your wife feel that knowing that Jen, who was the main one who pushed Griselda Blanco and deported her ass?
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying. So I'm just saying,
LFA.
I've always wanted this
Jefa.
conversation because people forget how big of a drug queen pin Jen was back in the day.
Oh yeah, she was strangling chicks, choking them out.
What are you talking about? What are
Jen was like, "Do I gotta choke a bitch?"
And she was choking Griselda Blanco up off them blocks. I'm just saying. So so no saying. How does your wife feel that Jen chased out your national treasure and your wife's national treasure and Griselda Blanco out the U.S.?
That's how you know it's time. That's how we pulling the plug now. That's
you see how she's quick to avoid this question. There.
It's over. Okay, so at the end, I say no to the question of the night. Okay, my answer is no. Can you be pro-black and date out too? No, I think you're pro-black light, like light beer. I don't think you could be fully pro-black and date out. That's just my fucking opinion. Anybody want to take us out? I haven't, and what do you think? Any parting thoughts? If not,
okay. I have one.
Okay.
I have one. I found a picture of Kanye's dad.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh shit. Oh.
Damn, Tristan.
I am going.
That train is never late.
I am dragging this man through filth. Okay, he deserves all of it.
He said that his dad wanted to see him, but his mother was stopping him.
Right.
So I just want to kind of clarify. So it seems like it all comes down to that one last part, population with you. Is that it? Is it all about the population? Because it seems like any black man can do everything else related to what you read in the definition. But in your mind, the population part is where they lose the ability to be pro-black. Am I saying, is that a true statement I'm saying? If I'm saying something wrong?
It's all of it. It's the love. It's the population is a big part, but it's all of it. Not just the population, it's all of it.
So I can't, so it's hard. So a man who's not with a black woman can't love black people.
Yeah, you can. Of course you can. That's not what I'm saying.
But
I'm
from
saying
a distance.
My thing is, don't call yourself fucking pro-black and love all the black people you want.
I'm saying. You just got to be fucking up somebody black. That's what it is. You got to be fucking
love
somebody
black
black
people, but from a
You
distance.
can't just love them.
Because that leads to more of a black population. You see how black people don't like the word, what is it, Blasian or Cablasian, like what World King said? What does that mean? That means, right, that means that he doesn't consider Tiger Woods black. He's mixed up, right? So
no, I said that's what he said.
And yet somebody throws Obama at me and he's got a white mother.
Say again?
Somebody threw Obama at me, but he got a white mama.
Oh, snap. I think this is a picture of Barack Obama's dad, too.
What do they call him?
What do they call who?
No, say it's showing his
No
face.
saying.
He has a face.
Somebody challenged me. Somebody doesn't believe me. I said, "Do you think I'd put a picture like that if I was using a fake?"
No, say the homie.
Show your face. Not many whites in these spaces.
Yeah.
Well, we got Glenn. Glenn Lawrence is white, and I forgot the other guy's name.
Listen, I trade Kanye for Glenn every fucking time, okay?
I am not an Ashkenazi, but that's okay.
Leave the chat alone, man. They have you answering all kinds of crazy
Listen,
questions.
Blood Moon will get at you, okay? Blood Moon will get at you.
That is a black hole, my brother.
Oh, okay.
It is. You guys better come back tomorrow. I'm fucking out of here.
I will come back tomorrow, but what are we talking about?
I got a fucking headache tonight.
What are we talking? Because
I forgot I fucking wrote it down.
I know you're not voting.
No, I'm not voting.
Oh, you're not voting?
Not involved. No.
Oh, that's too bad.
No. Y'all will be all right without my vote.
I just want to answer Don Levine question. He says, "Damn, do your kids identify as black or white?" They identify as kids. They don't really like. Seriously, it hasn't entered their world yet. Like my son's school is mostly Indian, so it's like they just ended up as kids. At this point, they're too young for that to really creep in. Nobody's really asked them.
But you know, when the cops pull them over, they're gonna learn they black real quick, though.
Okay.
They're gonna learn a lot about. They're gonna learn a lot about their heritage. I guarantee you that.
I got an epic way to end this class.
Uh-oh.
Okay. All right, let's do this. Let's end this because I gotta start packing. All right. Put me on the big screen.
Uh-oh. See, Tristan got me doing tricks. Hold on. You know I know how to fucking with this shit.
There's nothing new.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Because we were talking about the Hebrews and the Jews and all this other stuff with Kanye and Kyrie Irving, here's the message I have gotten from Lord our Savior Jesus Christ. Tell them niggas to stop buying onks and start buying some damn condoms. Jesus.
Why are you like this? Why are you like this? Just
I love you all. Class is dismissed.
Good night, guys. See y'all tomorrow. Love you.
All right, y'all. Be smooth.
This was adventurous per usual. Hit that like and subscribe on your way out. This one was a doozy. I will be editing out some motherfuckers out of this stream because I don't want people to constantly live off of my shit, okay? Work for your content like I do. Come up with topics for your content like I do. Stop fucking slithering around YouTube, jumping on other people's backs, trying to create content for them dry-ass channels y'all got, okay? All right, guys, with that said, thank you for being here. Thank you for holding me down in the chat. Hit that like and subscribe on your way out. Don't forget to support the show. Cash App On The Block with Jen. On The Block with Jen on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and at Gmail. If you want to contact me about a show you saw or a show you want to do, thank you guys so much for the super chats. Thank you for being here. Come back tomorrow. Hopefully it won't be this crazy. I'm going to watch who I let up here because I'm tired of the crabs trying to come up here. I left all them crabs way back like a year ago. We can't let them live. We got to stomp them in the ground and keep stomping them in the ground till they don't resurface. All right, guys. So I am out of here. All right. I'm out of here. Good night, guys. I'll see you mañana. And leave me some comments in the comment section. Keep me up in this damn algorithm. All right, guys. Good night.